Hey guys, Hooked to Clash, and today's video is going to be Abnormal Armies episode number 4. Yes, we're already at episode number 4. Feels like we did just number 1 yesterday. And this week we're coming in with the Super Valk Smash attack. And as you can see, we've got the army composition down the bottom here. And this is actually the exact same army that I brought in the first attack for the day. So I didn't actually do a lot of experimenting with this, but that's honestly because I had pretty good success on early in the day with this army, but it's towards the end of the day that I've started to struggle a bit more, and we'll see if I continue to struggle with my live attack later on. Anyways, I'll just kind of explain why I chose this army. A, Super Valk's new troop, and I had them activated. And B, I feel like a lot of people, when they use this Super Valk, are going to use like one to save them like a rage spell, but one thing I found is I actually think they're strongest just mass Super Valks. I think it's really hard to use one Super Valk by itself. And I thought it's a bit of fun anyway, right? 180 troop space just for Valks. Pretty dumb if you ask me. Now I was bringing 6 wall breakers just in case I needed a wall break and outer wall, and I kind of like this. So I only bought 2 rages with this. I didn't plan on using a rage on any of my Warden Walks. And then I did the quad quake so that it would weaken a lot of buildings, plus give me so much access through the base and also a jump. I figure I don't need the extra rage because A, I'm not using one of my Warden Walk, and B, the Super Valkyries are dropping them left, right, and center. So this here was my third attack of the day. I didn't see any learning lessons to be gained from the first 2 attacks. So we'll go in live and show you all what happened here. This is a very common internet legends base. I'm sure you've all seen it. Honestly, it's one of the most common types in terms of you have 3 singles by the town hall and then the rest of the damage at the bottom, and normally the scatters in the middle, but they can be anywhere. They're honestly the biggest changing point in this attack. As you can see, we start the Warden Walk there, and the Warden Walk, my goal here was just to get this sweeper so that my healers don't have to deal with potentially 2 sweepers going into the town hall. And then as soon as the sweeper's down here, I was just going to Super Valk straight into the town hall, use a jump, use the king and siege barracks to funnel, and then hope, right? That's what you have to do a lot for this attack. We'll slow it up here. As you can see, we got the king and the P.E.K.K.A going in on the top side. We got the jump spell there, but this jump spell is actually very badly placed because look what the Super Valks do here. Because that right-hand storage goes down first, all the Super Valks go around it, and look how many I lose to the outside of the base. So you're probably wondering, how do I triple this? I'm still wondering that as well, to be honest. We take out the Town Hall, then we do the Quad Quakes. I probably could have done more with the Quad Quakes in terms of damage, but I still got a good chunk of the base there. There goes a rage from the Valks. You can see them, they're going to spawn all over the map. It's kind of funny watching them, honestly. You can just look at it. Look how much of the map is covered by rage spells at the moment. Look at it all. It's kind of dumb. But as you can see, we've got the RC coming in on the right-hand side. I was bringing Yetis in my siege barracks just for legends, just because I'm super worried about those core town hall bases where I'll have to Yeti bomb the town hall with my kill squad. So unfortunately, normally the Yetis weren't doing much, but they actually do amazing stuff here. They're tanking for the Queen. The RC doesn't really need support until the back end here, but as you can see, we're just going to push through. But the biggest thing I would take from this is that, yes, they're strong and they drop rages everywhere, but your troops often don't get a lot of value out of them. We actually got more value on that than from most because the healers were raged in the core. But the real story of this was probably my heroes carrying this attack, right? It wasn't the Super Valks because we lost most of them to the outside. But if anything, it shows how hard it is to funnel these troops. I did a pretty good job of funneling and I still couldn't get them into the base. So be careful when you're using the army, honestly. We're going to go and show this one here. And look at this base. When I saw this base, I was like, if Super Valks don't triple this, then they're not as good as we thought they'd be. Picking an angle for this attack was actually quite difficult, to be honest. I couldn't really figure out which side I wanted to come in from because I didn't really want to deal with a sweeper, but also I'd much rather come straight into the town hall and just get through that a lot earlier and Warden nice and early. I couldn't really figure out, and I still don't know for sure if it's better to Warden early than to Warden late. We can go into more detail about that later on though, because some of those attacks it gets very interesting as to the dilemma of whether to Warden or later on. So I'm just trying to Warden Walk this right hand side. Then I'm going to use the King and the Siege Barracks in that open wall there at like 10:30 and just abuse that because I don't need wall breakers for that. And then Valks just straight into the core of the base and just hope, right? That's all you can do at this stage. We got a lot of reaching potential in this base in terms of the fact that we can, with the quad quakes and the jump, make it the entire way across the base. There goes a few super Valks to pull the Warden, because the Warden's often hard to kind of pull with them because they're so quick, and he's a noob. Unfortunately, I didn't open up the core on this. I don't know why I didn't. I definitely should have. There goes one. That rage spell on the Town Hall is my own. All the other rage spells there are not my own. But this is actually kind of interesting. In this attack, we're going to see the power of the Super Valk because we get the healer swap. And look how strong these Super Valks are with the healer swap. They're absolutely mental. Those healers are still raged. And that's one of the upsides of bringing so many Super Valks is generally you'll have like at least one or two of them drop useful rage spells. I kind of experimented with the Yeti Bobat with one Super Valk, and I found it very hard to get that one Super Valk to kind of die in the spot you want them to because they're so unpredictable. But look, these Super Valks are just kind of clear up the back end here. We'll 2x it. Not because it's over, just because it happens quite slowly. But look, these healers stay on the Super Valks, and they've got so much HP. They have got a lot of HP when in Warden range and when they've got healers on them. It's when they don't have the healers on them and they're not in Warden range that you find that they die very quickly. And we will actually see that in one of the future attacks. But yeah, at this stage of the day, I'm 2 out of 4. And I was actually low-key kind of feeling good about the army and hoping we're on to bigger and brighter things. But we'll show this one here. Yep, and this is one of the more common style bases you'll see in Legends. I talked about it in my hybrid video. It's just the box base, right? And this, for me, was the biggest test for this attack. Because I actually thought this attack had a chance versus this style base. And if it tripled, I was going to be low-key very excited. Yet again, speed through the Warden Walk, because the Warden Walk's not the interesting part. I mean, you just pick the side that's easier to funnel and take that and then use the King and the Siege Barracks, or if you're blimping the Town Hall like I am here, you'll use just the King to funnel. So the Warden's about to take down the cannon. I will be starting my should be starting my King any second now. There he goes. The King will go from gold mine and up and around. I think I try and get him into that air defense. Doesn't really matter though. And then the Super Valks, as you can see here, we get a bit of a split. Yet again, I'm just not very good at deploying them. We do get a bit of a split. Little more than I would like. And as you can see, a few have already died, but we actually get a really good Warden here. I think I got just about every Valk in it. Unfortunately, the CC here, the Witch CC, is going to pull a few of the Valks to the right-hand side. Look at that Tornado. What a godly Tornado. And the Sweeper just confusing me. I didn't know when to manually pop the Blimp. And look, all the Valks have just suddenly died. They got stuck on that group there, but like there's only the 2 left on the top side of the base, and I swore like before that I had like 64,000 of them up as they went into the core. So this attack died very quickly. We still got the RC and 2 freezes, but I just didn't have time to use them because I couldn't really figure out what was going wrong. I was troubleshooting the entire attack, and we're going to 4x through this, but yeah, we didn't get close to this. Did not get close at all, did not get a good push through the base with the Super Valks, and this was the only base I've run into today so far. So honestly, the Super Valks don't pass the test on what is the most common Legends League style base at the level I'm at. And we're kind of sitting in the 5400s. Anyway, there's 3 attacks to show you, and now we're going to do a live attack. So I will cut to that right now. Hopefully it goes well for us. Okay, well we've had an up and down day today so far with the Super Valks. Let's see if we can finish it off with a live triple or even just a 90% plus attack is always a good outcome. Let's see what base. Oh, now we did triple one base similar to this before, but it wasn't this easy. This is going to be a lot more difficult. Let's see if I can pull a sneaky. So I'm going to try and actually Warden Walk that scatter and the elixir storage, and then use the blimp for the Town Hall and the King, and the King to run the entire funnel down there. Man, this would be sneaky. Oh, there's no way that arch tower's in range. We're gonna have to use a rage already. What? Loon, don't do that. Okay, not a good start here from us. Not a good start at all. Surely the Warden's not going to walk that far. If this Warden here could get the Archer Tower and then get out of there. Nice. Nice. We're actually in a good position here. Warden, what the This is the one downside of this attack. Look at this Warden. He's not near any of that. And there goes every single... What? Oh, that's the one downside of this attack. The Warden is a complete buffoon. Like, there's no other way to put it. What the Warden did there was completely stupid. We freeze for the town hall. What are you doing, Warden? Wait, he just abandoned... My queen had 70 troop space on her, and he completely abandoned her. Completely abandoned her. That makes no sense. What is he doing? Well, there you go. There's the major downside of this attack. It's not the Valks. The Super Valks are actually quite nice. I like the Super Valks. It's not them. It is absolutely and unequivocally the Warden. He's just so terrible. Oh my god. I know I seem really salty about this, but I am, because that's a really nice angle, and there's no reason for my Warden to be lagging behind that much. Absolutely no reason. I have no idea what he's doing. He's clearly not playing for Team Hooked. Let's see what we can lure here. Lol. Tornado and a bunch of skellies. I know that's going to hurt the back end of my attack here, but it's really not going to do much. Let's just get rid of that Elixir Collector. End at 74. And honestly, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this day, but I don't think I'd call it a success anymore after such a bright start. Well, we got the wizards at the bottom here. I'm happy to just end it there. And we're going to quickly now go to the stats screen. Now, I know I said we were going to the data, but I actually had a quick look at this. I'm sorry if I complained too much during the live attack, but I think you can all understand how frustrating that attack was. But I actually had a few things I wanted to show you guys in more detail. I kind of talked about the Warden being a bit whack during that attack, but I didn't realize how whack he was until I actually watched the replay himself. And this, I believe, more so than anything, is the biggest downside of this attack. Like, and yes, I'm pretty confident I said that during the live attack as well. But, like, we're going to watch this in slow detail. I might even go half speed. So this Warden Walk was great. Unfortunately, we had to use a rage. But yet again, with these Super Valks, using a rage, like, the Valks rage themselves. It's not always a useful rage, but the Valks can definitely do all this work themselves. The Warden's still got a bit of time to go. I think I'll wait for the Arch Tower to go down, don't I? Yep. So we're going to go half speed. So as you can see here, the Warden has switched. Unfortunately, only one of the healers has switched, which is barbaric to me. All healers should have switched at this point. My Warden is full health and the Valks are not. But let's just watch in slow motion, and in particular, take note of what building the Warden's targeting, because he kind of gets broken here. So the Valks are charging into the base. They're still in the Warden's range at this point. Now they go beyond the Warden's range, and the problem is, for the Super Valks here, right, is that the Warden is able to target the defense that the Valks are sitting in between. Because when two buildings are touching, right, the Valks are going to sit here if there's a building here and building here touching, right? But the Warden can shoot this Wizard Tower out of range of the Valks if they're in between two buildings. And obviously the Valks are most useful when they're in between two buildings, taking down two things at once. So that's something I never knew about the Valks, and you're going to see it more and more in this attack. So we'll continue on here, but just watch the range. Yet again, the Valks are charging forward, and look what Look, the Warden has switched. Rather than follow 160 troop space, I believe, is there, because I can only see one rage spell down. He's going with the Queen after the single Inferno. Look at all these Super Valks. They are miles out of range here. The Warden is not even trying at this point. And look, this is the next crazy thing. Look, the only thing targeting this at this point in time, because the Warden's targeting the Sweeper, the only thing targeting it is this balloon, I believe. I believe all these Super Valks are going into the core. If they are going for the Sweeper, then fair enough. But at this stage, I think there's only 5 troop space going for this, and the Warden's not interested at all. Let's continue on. Yeah, none of the Super Valks were going for the Sweeper, but the Warden is going for the Sweeper with 1 balloon. Now it gets even crazier. Look, the Warden shot the Town Hall. There is currently about 100 troop space over here. There is my Queen over here, and the balloon. They're both going over there, so it's like the equivalent of like 30-ish troop space if you use like the Eagle Guide. My Warden solo hits the Town Hall. He is officially broken with this attack. He is officially broken. He has no idea what to do. It happens too fast for him. It's not something I thought that would happen, and it's not something I've seen, but with these faster attacks, the Warden majorly struggles, and with these spam attacks, you need the Warden, A, for his ability, because it keeps all your stuff alive through the highest DPS part of the base, but B, just for the aura. Like, the aura is amazing. It gives him, the troops, an extra, like, 500-600 health. So we'll get rid of all of that, and look, the Warden activates the Town Hall. Like, that's just stupid, and now he realizes he should catch up, because he's not hitting the same as anything else, and he starts shooting the Town Hall again, realizes yet again that he should be going off with the Queen, and look at that. All the Super Valks are dead. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Rage, rage spells there. Absolutely bonkers. And this is when it goes to the next level. This is next level dumb from the Warden here. So the Yeti Bomb comes out, and the Warden goes after the Yeti Bomb. Now, technically, the Yeti Bomb has more space than the Queen, but I don't think anyone in the history of Clash of Clans has wanted the Warden to leave the Queen and go after a Yeti Bomb. Like, honestly. Anyways, we're going to jump out of that because that's over. I know most of it sounds like me complaining and whinging about one bad attack, but I actually think that's the biggest downfall of that attack. This attack strategy, the mass Super Valk smash. I think it's the major downfall of the attack. I'm not lying, and it knocked back my rating of it quite a bit there. So now that we're done with that, let's get the stats up for today. So you can all see that there. So we ended on 219, which is just ahead of the mass Super Witches, but we are significantly higher in cups. And we did get the 2 triples, which is one difference between that and Bat Lalo. And so in the end, I didn't actually want to use 0.5 ratings. I did not want to use the 0.5 at all, but it seemed appropriate to use it because I think giving it the same rating as the Bat Lalo would be unfair to it because the Bat Lalo is just so difficult to execute. It is unbelievably difficult, whereas Super Valks is a bit more, noob friendly, if you want to call it that way. It's just got a lower skill ceiling, in my opinion. You can kind of just, Warden Walks with some side and spam in the middle and get triples every now and then. But it's not much better. It's nowhere near Electrone in terms of reliability. And there's just some bases, those box bases it struggles against, and the biggest enemy of it is the Grand Warden. And that's what surprised me the most. Because early on in the day, I actually kind of liked it. And I was feeling good with it. But towards the end of the day, more and more the bases and the Warden were constantly letting me down. But what do you guys think of the Super Valks? I showed you 4 attacks today, and I'd love to hear your opinions on it, or just the new Super Troops in general. I know it's not really typical of this video or relatable to it, but I'm interested to hear all your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this Abnormal Armies episode. I love bringing them to you. It's good fun doing it in Legends. Even if I'm actually trying to push this month, I'm having a ball. It's just something different, right? Legends can get same a bit. I'm sure you guys know that as well, so I'm trying to change it up a bit. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it, and maybe I'll see some of you soon.